I can assure you that your chances of qualifying will definitely increase by more than 50%. Your marks can straight away jump to approximately 80, 90 marks. Hi all of you, Shabbir from Edukemy here. मैं आपके साथ डिस्कस करना चाह रहा हूँ the process of preparation for the prelims, and we have come up with a very nice program called as Prelims Support Program, PSP. Before I explain PSP, let me tell you what are the problems students face and why there is so much of confusion and some element of insecurity, anxiety in prelims preparation. See, what happens for most of you is, आप लोग कोई कोर्स ज्वाइन करते हैं, फाउंडेशन क्लासेस कर लेते हैं, यू मेक योर नोट एंड यू गेट रेडी फॉर द एग्जामिनेशन. बट व्हाट हैपेंस इज डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द फाउंडेशन कोर्स व्हेरेवर यू हैव कवर्ड, यू जंप इनटू अ टेस्ट सीरीज. तो इमेजिन करो कि आपने प्रिपेयर किया है अक्रॉस 1 ईयर, नोट्स बना के किया है, बट शायद वो नोट्स कंप्लीट नहीं है, या फिर even a bigger problem is maybe you have not remembered all the content of your notes. In these circumstances, if you directly jump into a test series, what happens is you do not know and you cannot recall most of the topics that has been taught to you. That's one problem. A second problem is you even do not know whether the questions that you are attempting in the test are actually the question that UPSC is asking or actually the scope of what the UPSC seeks from you. So one is there is an element of inadequate content preparation, and then there is also an inadequate range of questions that you are attempting. The third problem आपके साथ ये होता है that you do not know the process of preparing for a test. For example, you will actually give the prelims in the month of May 25. So what you are doing is you are going through a test and you are giving the test in the test conditions as a part of practice, but you have not really practiced for the test itself. The sequence of preparation is first know your content, and this knowing the content is not a one-step process. You have to repeatedly revise, repeatedly refer. You will forget, you again go back and refer. You must write down, make jottings. So the knowing of the content itself is a very important task. Second is your tests that you give as sectional tests should first be done through series of practice. You must take 20 questions test, 25 questions test. You must learn the technique of which question to attempt, which question to skip, which question you can take a blind guess or a smart guess. You must also know the sequence of how to appear the questions. The question should not be attempted sequentially. First 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Many times what happens is lot of easier questions are towards the later part of the test, and because the first part you may have encountered tougher questions, you lose confidence. In the entire test process of 1 hour, you should be actually turning the question paper 2-3 times. In the second hour again, you must turn the question paper 1 or 2 times. So in the span of the entire examination, 2 hours of paper, you should have seen the question paper, all the questions at least twice or thrice. But that is not what students actually do. You go through a process where you are not sure about which question to attempt, you're not sure about whether to take an attempt or not, and you are scared to even guess. So before the sectional test or before the full length test, you must have series of practice sessions, series of continuous attempting, and the focus should be on how to attempt the paper rather than maximizing the scores. So apart from this, there is one more stage where you should study the question paper that the UPSC is giving you. So all of this together is like a part of preparation for the prelims. So if you look at the screen now, this is your foundation course, and somewhere here in the month of May 2025, you are having the prelims paper. Before the foundation course and the prelims, there are a couple of stages. Like one stage is you have to memorize the content. You must repeatedly revise the content. Then you must have a stage where you are analyzing the PYQs. You must repeatedly see the questions, repeatedly study the trends. And then before the prelims, you have a test series. You have a test series, and this test series essentially has 2 types of tests. The test series has sectional tests, and the test series has a full-length test. So what happens is, when you directly jump from foundation towards the test series, you have not done some bit of revision work, memorization work you have not done. You have not even done the analysis work. And you also have kind of ignored the practice towards the test series. When you are directly giving the test here, you are essentially trying to cover the content and you are trying to maybe master the content and you are testing. But you are not actually spending time learning how to give the test. Giving the test itself is a very important part of your preparation. You must know which question to attempt. You must know which question to skip. You must know which question you must go for guessing. You must know which questions you can't afford to make a mistake. Should you start from the first page? Should you start from the last page? How can you skip questions? This is part of the test taking strategy. So what you should do is, before you are actually entering the tests and the sectional tests or the full-length test, you must go through a very rigorous process of learning how to take the test. I would recommend you should have series of practice tests. You must have series of tests which is practicing the PYQ questions. Then you must have a series of continuous tests that we call as marathon tests. Marathon test is take 20 questions, do a quick check, again take 20 questions, do a quick check, again do a 20 questions, do a quick check, not giving the entire test of 100 questions at one time or the test of 50 questions at one time, because in 50 questions you cannot learn the process completely. It's like, before I run the marathon of maybe 2 kilometers, I try running 100 meters, then I quickly try running 200 meters, I take a breath, again take 200 meters. So small ways I build up my muscle. This is a kind of stamina training. After you have done the practice test, in practice what happens is the PYQ control is done. You understand the questions, you understand the approach, you understand the wordings of the UPSC paper. And then you move towards the stamina training and training for how to take the test. These are very important stages. So my recommendation, if you're looking at the screen, is that you must not directly jump into a proper test series. You must first do the analysis of the questions, then you must learn how to take the test, and then come towards the test series of a sectional test and full-length test. The entire process should be approximately helping you practice through 4,000 to 5,000 questions. So this is the approach that we want you to have. In our prelim support program, we will start from the first week of December and we'll put you through this rigorous process where in the practice tests, you will learn the PYQs. In the marathon test, you learn the techniques of answering, and then you go and enter the proper test series. If you look at the screen, I'm showing you the range of questions that we'll cover. In the PSP program, you have got 12 sectional tests. You have got 12 practice tests in support. Along with, you have got 50 plus marathon tests. The marathon test, I told you, is more like getting a feel of how to attempt the paper, strategizing the paper in its attempts. And the marathon tests are continuous. It's every half an hour, you'll give 2 or 3 tests. So first test of 20 questions, second test of 20 questions. And then you also have the full-length tests also. In total, if you're looking at, we have the range of questions that we're covering will be more than approximately 3,000, 4,000 questions. Your 12 sectional tests, each of 100 questions. Practice test, we have 50 questions. Marathon test, a shorter test. Then full-length test, 10 tests of 100 questions each. So we add up together, you're getting about 4,000 to 5,000 questions. Apart from this, whatever doubts you may have as a part of your revision, we also will support you with reading sessions. And as the reading sessions, we help you read some sections of Lakshmikant, we'll help you read some sections of NCERT. Along with that, we also will help you cover current affairs. Current affairs, 1 year's coverage, we do through trimester basis. every 3 months. So June, July, August, we cover in 2 or 3 days. Then we have September, October, November, we cover in 2 or 3 days. Then December, January, February, again 2-3 days. So that ways, while the test series goes on, you are being taught how to attempt the test. You are being taught how to revise your books and make your notes. You also are supported with doubt clearance and mentorship. And finally, you will have the practice and the sectional test. So this PSP program is like a complete mentorship program, which is very intense. We start from the first week of December and it goes on right up to the month of April. And we have had phenomenal results since the time we did this last time. And I can assure you that your chances of qualifying will definitely increase by more than 50%. If you have been scoring 30-40 marks, your marks can straight away jump to approximately 80-90 marks, and that will help you qualify. So there's an approach that we have and a strategy that we have. And if you look at our detailed schedule, for example, I'm showing you here, we start your test with PYQ analysis, and we also have certain discussions and marathon sessions on 9th of December. Then you take a break, you revise on your own, prepare on your own, you do some bit of revision. Then you come on 12th and again give series of marathon and practice tests. And after you are done with this one, then you are coming for a proper sectional test on 14th of December. The sectional test syllabus has been mentioned. It will start with geography. Similarly, then you will start off with again PYQ analysis and discussion for the next test. Next test is also going to be geography, another round of sectional test. Again analysis, you'll have some discussion, marathons, some practice and marathons sessions, and that again is followed by the sectional test of geography 2 on 21st of December. So every week you have got 2 or 3 sessions through which we help you revise, practice, learn question solving, and ultimately you're giving the test. So the dates are all there. You can download the schedule from the link that we are sharing on the chat. You'll get the entire schedule, and this program will also cover current affairs. Every trimester current affairs will be covered and will help you with the question paper, which will have current affair questions also. So my invitation to all of you to please come and join our PSP program. It is a program not like any other test series. We don't call this as a test series. We call this as Prelims support program, supported with almost one-on-one mentoring, doubt clearance and revision also with current affairs coverage. So welcome to our PSP program starting from the first week of December. Hope to see you all in the class and hope to see all of you clear the prelims and give your mains. Thank you.